Hey guys, Shay Brickhouse with Landscape Unlimited. Going to follow up on a video we just dropped a little while ago about equipment and the green industry in your landscaping business. We talked about box trucks over enclosed trailers versus open trailers, equipment trailers, deck over trailers, and why you would choose one over the other. For us, it was easy. We chose box trucks. The reason why we chose box trucks is for a few reasons, really. It's insurance. So you've got truck insurance, and then you would also have insurance on your trailer. So if you drop the trailer, you only have insurance on one vehicle. Tires, you have less tires. So you've got a box truck that has 6 tires on it versus having a pickup truck that has 4 tires versus an additional 4 tires on your trailer, whether that's a enclosed trailer or a deck over or an equipment trailer. You've got more tires, so you've got more expense adding up. You're probably also going to have trailer brakes if you've got a trailer holding your lawnmowers, because you're going to need those. So now you've got brakes, brake pads, all that good stuff that you got to worry about. You've got electrical issues you have to worry about. And it's just also a driver driving a truck pulling a trailer is also more to worry about, because you have to have an experienced driver. So for us, it was pretty clear cut. We wanted to move to box trucks. Enclosed box truck versus an open box truck. We went with an enclosed box truck for the simple fact that the side of that box truck gave us an unobstructed billboard for banners. So we were able to advertise our company by using all the real estate on the side of that enclosed truck. It also gives your equipment protection, because if it's raining during the day, you're able to put your equipment in that truck and it's not getting out. It's not out in the weather. The sun's not beating down on the seats. It's out of the elements, and so it's protection for your equipment, which also is a reason why you would go from an open equipment trailer to an enclosed equipment trailer. So for the same reason we went to enclosed box trucks, you could go from a trailer to an enclosed trailer. Now, why would you choose one over the other, and what led us to that? We talked about the maintenance side and the insurance side of that, but it also comes down to where you're at. We're in a pretty rural area, so we don't have a lot of really tight areas. So a trailer would work for us, but the equipment truck, enclosed box truck, made the most sense for us financially for that reason. Now, if you're another company in a rural area, trailers, if they work for you, that's fine. But if you're going to somewhere, say like Raleigh or Greensboro or Charlotte, somewhere that is really tight and you have a lot of traffic to traverse, a box truck would probably outweigh a trailer, for the simple fact that you're in and out of traffic. You're parked on side streets, one-way streets where you need to block off areas, and so that truck is a lot shorter. You have a lot more flexibility in where you can get your truck, and it's also easier for your driver. So that would be a reason why I think a box truck outweighs a trailer. For the same reason a box truck outweighs a trailer, there's also cases where I wish we had a trailer. So your box truck or your box trailer is a set distance, and you've got a height, so you can't put but so much stuff in there because you run out of space. Whereas on a trailer, sometimes if you've got something that's a little higher, like a compact utility tractor, yes, you can use this during the week and haul all of your lawnmowers and weed eaters and blowers and edgers that you use for ground maintenance. But if your company's set up Monday through Wednesday, where you're ground maintenance, Thursday and Friday, maybe you're doing some landscaping, an open trailer, whether it be a deck over or just a smaller dual axle equipment trailer with small sides, would probably be a better fit for you, because you can dual purpose it. You can use it to haul your lawnmowers, you can use it to haul your subcompact tractor, your mini skid steer, and even a full-size skid steer if you've got heavy enough axles. So you can dual purpose that trailer. Pros and cons to both. It all comes down to what you need for your company and where you're at and what your goal is with your company. For us, we have kind of we run all box trucks for our maintenance crews, but we have a substantial amount of trailers that our landscape crew uses day in and day out to haul all of our equipment, because we have our grounds maintenance crew dedicated. They're a full week. They don't jump off and do anything else, so those trucks are dedicated for that. So it comes down to, what are you going to use it for? Another thing to consider would be, do you have a shop or facility to store your equipment at night? Because if you don't have somewhere to store your equipment at night, jumping from an open trailer to a nice, secure, enclosed trailer might be the option for you, because now you've got a mobile workshop. You know, you can put, if you're a small owner operator, or you've got 1 or 2 guys working with you, you know, this is sufficient. You can put your lawnmowers in there. You can get your jungle gym or trimmer trap racks put on the side to hold your weed eaters, your blowers, your Roundup sprayers, your water cooler, you know, all that stuff in its dedicated place, so that you're efficient on the job site. And also at night, you're able to lock this up and use it as a workshop, versus having to have a shop to build your business out of. Obviously, as you start getting into a larger company, you may need a shop to do that, but this is a good option to get that mobile security, if you will, so that during the night you don't have to worry about someone stealing any of your equipment. Also during the day, say you're working a HOA property and you're not able to keep your truck in sight because the property's so large, well, you'll be right able to get out the equipment you need, and then you can simply lock that trailer up while you're on the other side of the property. No one's able to get in it but you and your crew, because you've got keys. And that's a benefit over an open equipment trailer. And so it's important that you think about all these aspects, because people do steal, and it is a thing. They'll walk right in your trailer knowing it's not theirs, and they'll take it. So why not have that added security of locking it up while you're on the other side of the property? There's a ton of reasons, you know, to choose one versus the other. I hope I've covered some of them. If you want to know more about why we're doing things a certain way to better understand us, ask it. You know, I think we're kind of like an open book. We have nothing to really hide and just everything to show. So reach out to us, ask us questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. That's why we go over equipment. That's why we're going to go over more in depth on other videos, particular brands. We're going to give them shout outs as to why we use them and all that good stuff. So stay tuned to Landscape Unlimited and what we've got.